Hey, what is up, investors? Jason here. So in this video, we're going to go take a look over at the crypto space, get a good idea of what's going on with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and work our way down the line just to get a good general idea of the entire market, as well as taking a look into all the catalysts right now going on with like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then of course getting into the blockchain mining stocks, because that's what I'm most bullish on right now. I'm interested in what these blockchain miners are doing because we got China, out of the way. We've had China out of the way there. These guys are mining so much. You guys know I'm very bullish on these stocks, so this is just going to be a good update of those blockchain miners and also what is going on in the entire crypto space, what's the recent news that's out, and so just to give us an idea of future catalysts to be coming. So as we get to it, if you guys don't mind, do me a huge favor. Please be sure to smash, destroy, annihilate, or just gently press that like button. It helps me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm, and so does disliking if you guys didn't like the video. Dislikes, likes, same thing, to be honest with you. And if you guys are interested in being a Patreon, helping support this channel even more, and joining the private Discord, I do have one. The link is in the description. Thank you to all the Patreons. Now let's get to it. So what we're seeing now is we're seeing a whole lot of green. Now, I kind of just ignore this for now because this is from the last video, but I'm going to keep this up here just so we can work on it. But we have so much green right now in the crypto space. This is awesome. And look at that. Look at Cardano right now. Cardano is moving so much at this moment. I'm really happy to see that. I'm very bullish on Cardano, and I like I've been saying, eventually I'm going to make a video talking about Cardano and really getting into it. But this one has just recently really started to take off here recently, and I really like seeing that. So let's just go back over to Bitcoin though. Let's just kind of get into things that are going on here at this moment. So we're seeing a really nice trend here with Bitcoin. Remember, I when I set these resistance points, I've been talking about these in all the videos, but I finally set something that's kind of just staying here in the previous video. But where we have it, we have the low point. If Bitcoin drops below $30,000, that's kind of the territory where it was showing the most resistance. If it was to drop below that, we saw it every time pick back up after that. And then we always saw it very stable, more so at a price of around 33,000, 34,000, which is what we saw with the white line. Then we had our kind of like our peak line previously before we got into this big bull run. As we got to the bull run, we had this peak line here that if Bitcoin was to break above, $37,000, $38,000 and be able to continue going up for like another $4,000 and then break through that threshold, we would see it going on another bull run, which we did see a break above that threshold where it was showing a lot of resistance these many times. So looking back over where it was at in January at the beginning of this year to this now bull run that we're seeing right now. So we're really mirroring a whole lot of what we saw last time on this run of the resistance points that were there previously. So when we set the new resistance points from going from it needing to break above that $42,000 and really go off on that bull run, we set that resistance point now at $46,000, which we are above. So it needs to be more stable above that. It needs to go steadily, a couple $1,000s above $46,000 to be able to set a new resistance. So I might just throw a new line in here right now and at $46,000. And this might be the line where we're going to see some resistance. We might actually see a little pullback from this line, which is going to be something that more than likely we might see, we might not. But I wouldn't be surprised if we don't, because that's just kind of the way that history has been kind of just presenting itself recently. So I'm going to go ahead and put a line here at $46,000, and that's kind of like our new line to try to break above. And so if we can break above that by a couple grand, then I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see this bull run just continuing from this point. But let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, so now I added the new line here, the blue line at $46,000. Now, don't take too much thought into these lines here. What I'm basically doing is I'm following where we're seeing the pullback and it breaking through with the candlestick. So we're just kind of just following the trends here, looking at the past history and the current history. Nothing more than that. Obviously, Bitcoin is going to go do one or two things. It's either going to go up or it's going to go down. There's no predicting which way it's going to go just based off of drawing a line somewhere. Now I want to take this over to Ethereum, which what we're seeing with Ethereum is that we're seeing it on this very aggressive bull run right now. So on July 20th, we saw Ethereum really shift gears. It shifted gears and it went into full launchpad mode and just really took off on July 20th. Now today that I'm making this video is August 11th, and over these past more than 3 weeks here, what we've seen is that Ethereum hasn't really shown much signs of slowing down. We've seen it go from a price of $1,700 to where it's at currently above $3,200. So that's a very aggressive trend up. Now, the only thing that I'm cautious of Ethereum at this moment is with all this momentum going up, is at some point, some people are going to start taking some profits in it, and we could see some pullback, and that's the only thing I'm cautious of. But in the long run, I really expect Ethereum just to continue soaring over time. I'm very bullish on Ethereum in the long run, but I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see some profit taking here in the not too distant future. Some people are really selling out of it because we can see that lately there's been a lot of positive buying activity going on and not a whole lot of selling out. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't eventually start seeing some larger red lines within the volume activity and see more selling going on. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Ethereum going to about $4,000 on this bull run here within the next week or two. That really would not surprise me. And of course, in the long run, I'm expecting it to go, to pretty high heights, but that's all waiting to be seen when we're going to be getting there. But at this moment, I'm just a little bit cautious of this run that it's on right now, just because it's been so aggressive. But more aggressive run right now is actually Cardano, which mirrors a lot of what Ethereum is doing, because there's a lot of similarities between the two. But Cardano is a bit different than Ethereum in some ways. Now, we can see when Cardano really started taking off on the same date as Ethereum on July 20th, and we can see that it started trending upwards. But at this moment, starting on August 10th, is when Cardano got really aggressive, and that's when gears really shift up into full acceleration launchpad mode, and it just went straight up without any yaw. So what we're seeing right now is Cardano up at this moment about over 9%, even on this current 24-hour period. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's not some profit taking here soon on Cardano. But of course, in the long run, very bullish on Cardano, and a lot of high expectations for this one as well. And eventually, hopefully soon, I'll get to a video of just talking about this topic. But just to kind of sum things up in the crypto space, Dogecoin, which we're starting to see also having some positive moves up as well. And the reason why I bring Dogecoin into this, because it is such an altcoin. This one has a lot of publicly traded companies actually supporting it, and that's why I throw it in with my videos, and I kind of just throw it in a little bit for the people that are new to my channel. But nice seeing that Dogecoin is showing some positive momentum up at this moment. Now let's look at some news that's going to have some impact on the crypto blockchain space and how this could positively or negatively affect it. Starting first with some positive news here. There is another institution that is looking to start a Bitcoin ETF or a crypto ETF. This one is Valkyrie, becomes the latest firm to file for a Bitcoin futures ETF after Gensler comments. Last week, Securities and Exchange Commission's chairman Gary Gensler appeared to express particular interest in exchange-traded products tied to Bitcoin futures. In the wake of the speech, several companies have moved to submit proposals for just such products, with assets manager Valkyrie becoming the latest to do so on Wednesday. According to a draft prospectus dated August 11th and submitted to the SEC, the fund will not directly invest in Bitcoin. Under normal circumstances, the fund will seek to purchase a number of Bitcoin future contracts, so the total national value of Bitcoin underlying the futures contracts held by the funds is close to 100% of the assets of the funds as possible. Now to some more bullish news here. New York-based Neuberger Berman, who has $402 billion in assets under management, is the latest private investment firm to expand fund strategy to Bitcoin and Ethereum. A Wednesday filing with the Security and Exchange Commission reveals the SEC filing says the firm's commodity strategy fund would allow its clients to access indirect exposure to Bitcoin and Ethereum futures for the very first time. Besides crypto derivatives, the commodity-focused mutual fund will also be able to invest in Bitcoin trust and exchange-traded funds. So this one also has futures in Ethereum. So we have more and more of these large institutions looking to get into futures for Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is very big news here, guys. And there's just so much news in general, but I know how many people like and dislike AMC Theater stock. But in general, just bullishness on Bitcoin. Doesn't matter where you think about AMC. The movie theater chain AMC to accept Bitcoin payments by the end of the year. Another company now backing Bitcoin. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on here in this entire space, and there's so much news in general to be covering, but you can see that the trend for everything Bitcoin right now is just very bullish at this moment. So we need to now go over to what the blockchain mining stocks are doing, looking at some red and some green, but everything in general has had very nice moves up for the most part. And just some of them are moving more aggressively than others at this moment. The penny stocks doing very well. HUD 8, this was one that was just at a price of around $3.50 not that long ago, and it's had a very aggressive moves upwards. A lot of people knowing that these blockchain miners are actually mining more Bitcoin and more Ethereum than before. With China out of the way, these companies are obtaining even more. So if they're mining more, with the hash rates being easier for them, if they're mining more, and at the same time the price going up with them not competing with China, they're taking more of that pie there that's available. So their share is worth a lot more than it was last time when we saw Bitcoin at those much higher prices and Ethereum at those higher prices back in February and such. What they're obtaining now is far greater than before. So there's a lot more at stake with these companies to be investing in them, in my opinion. A lot better of a situation right now than there was before. And we can see how that is reflecting on all the buying activity that's going on. A lot of buying activity in just like HUD 8 alone right here. And what do we have looking forward to? We have earnings coming up. We're going to really have a good idea on what to expect with these miner stocks. So I'm going to be updating you guys as well, because not only do we have that with HUD 8, we also have that coming on with Hive Blockchain as well, who's going to be reporting as well. So we have multiple things to be getting to. So I'll be making sure I cover all this in the next follow-up video. Now, throughout probably multiple videos, though, I'll keep you guys updated on what the earnings are, because they're not all coming out, obviously, on the same date. We got HUD 8 and Hive on the same date. We have Mara coming, I think, around the same time. But as far as some other ones, like Bitfarm, I think that there's probably a couple more days out. So I'll just kind of keep you guys updated as they do come in, and just make sure I put that across multiple videos. But all in all, I think that what we're going to be seeing is just better than expected numbers of how much they mined, how much money they have on hand worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I think that we're going to get really impressive numbers out of all these guys. I'm very bullish on what they're doing. Of course, we can hear about what the futures are of Bitcoin, Ethereum, or, the different talks of ETFs. But when it all comes down to it, who is the one that is mining it? Who's the ones that are cracking the codes, all the complex information, and making it out there to be able to have the users buy it? Who's storing the most of it? That's where I'm at. And that's where I'm at with these blockchain miners. They're the ones that have a whole lot of it on hand, and they are a big part of the entire ecosystem for the large ones, for Bitcoin and Ethereum mostly. So anyways, with that being said, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions of everything at the moment. So please like, share, comment, subscribe. New videos coming out all the time, and I'll be sure that I have another blockchain mining stock video with crypto updates, etc. here very soon, probably within the next day or a couple of days. So see you all in the next video.